Welcome back to Untold Inspirational Stories. Trust me, today we're diving into the story of an amazing woman who became an inspiration for every single woman in India. Before we get into the main story, but let me paint a picture of what India was like in the 1970s. You hardly saw any women in any fields or industries during that time. In 1970s Mumbai, a young woman, Priya, had a dream of becoming a police officer, inspired by her father's brave stories. While getting ready for exams, she enthusiastically shared her ambitions. However, her family and society doubted her choice, thinking policing wasn't right for women. One day, a senior colleague of her father visited their home. He greeted Priya warmly but soon questioned her aspirations. What will you do in a male-dominated field? Where will you stay during late hours? Is it safe for a girl to be in such a profession? Then finally, Priya sadly had to give up her dream of being a policewoman. Priya's story was not unique to one region. There were many Priyas in every cities like Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi, and various other cities during the 1970s. Many young women faced similar challenges. This was the ground reality of women's participation in India during the 1970s. Now, let's return back to the main story about a woman who inspired everyone and became an icon for empowering women. A young girl was born on June 9, 1949 in Amritsar, Punjab, named Kiran Bedi. Kiran Bedi completed her schooling and went on to pursue higher education, ultimately graduating from the Government College for Women in Amritsar. Kiran Bedi began playing tennis at age 9 and went on to win the National Junior Championship, followed by the National Junior Lawn Tennis Championship. Additionally, she secured the senior national title. Tennis was a family sport for Kiran Bedi, as her father was himself a tennis player and also made all 4 of his daughters into playing competitive tennis. Kiran Bedi earned a bachelor's in English and a master's in political science from Punjab University in Chandigarh and an LLB from Delhi University. Additionally, later, she attained a doctorate in philosophy, PhD, from the Department of Social Sciences at the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, in 1993. Kiran Bedi met her husband Brij Bedi on the tennis court. He was a university champion, and it was love through tennises, as she calls it. He was a textile engineer who had his own business, and he was a well-known social activist in Amritsar during that time. Kiran Bedi made history in 1972 by becoming the first woman to join the Indian Police Service (IPS). You know what? It would have been a huge moment considering the norms and challenges she must have faced back then, isn't it? But then, her accomplishment opened doors for countless women aspiring to pursue careers in law enforcement. Kiran Bedi, who came from an NCC background, trained at the National Police Academy in Mount Abu in Rajasthan. She was the only woman in a batch of 80 for her police training. She believes that without tennis, she wouldn't have been able to enter the police service. During the training, she would defeat the boys in marathons, tennis matches, and other training games, and was later allotted the Union Territory AGMT. After completing her training, Kiran Bedi was given the first posting as ACP in Delhi's Chanakyapuri. Is the most upcoming market area of Delhi and houses all the important offices including the Parliament and the Rashtrapati Bhavan. When Prime Minister Indira Gandhi saw a woman leading the parade, she cheered and even invited her for breakfast. Kiran Bedi earned the nickname Crane Bedi due to her bold and assertive approach in her work. Her strong and fearless actions, especially in her role as a police officer, led to this nickname. She was known for her courage and determination. Kiran Bedi, as DCP West, implemented beat boxes for neighborhood policing in Delhi, assigning constables as beat officers stationed for 3-hour shifts. This initiative ensured police presence in civil areas, aiding in prompt dispute resolution and accessible law enforcement assistance. Kiran Bedi was chosen to work at Tihar Jail, which was lazy and had a bad and unfair system. She brought in meditation, yoga, music, education for everyone, arts and crafts, natural medicine, and looked after the children. She removed the dishonest workers, stopped the groups that caused trouble, ended the selling of drugs, and helped people quit using drugs. She changed Tihar Jail a lot and made it more like a place of learning and peace. An American nun, Ven Max Matthews, who studied under Lama Yesh, said it felt more like an Indian village than a usual jail. Kiran Bedi's life is an inspiring example of empowerment, especially for women. Her journey is filled with remarkable achievements and breaking barriers in traditionally male-dominated fields. From becoming the first woman in the Indian Police Service, IPS, in 1972 to serving as the first female officer in the country, Bedi has continuously shattered stereotypes and carved her path for the society. Thanks for watching. If you like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Share your favorite leaders or personalities in the comments. We'd love to create a video about them soon. Your suggestions mean a lot. See you next time. Bye.